Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a batch file that automatically restarts Explorer.exe, which is basically your background and your taskbar. So if one of these two things goes wrong, you can just run the batch file, and that totally restarts it. Now, for the sake of, well, not for the sake of anything, but since OBS is unable to record a blank background, I unfortunately can't show you how Explorer.exe being restarted actually looks like. But I can describe it in these words. The screen turns black for a couple seconds and then returns back to normal a few seconds later. And that's basically it. So make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want more tutorials, and if you more gameplay videos, and yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. So you're going to need a few things before you can do this. One, you're going to need Windows OS, which is what allows you to actually run batch files, because from what I know, to my knowledge of computers, batch files don't work on Chromebooks or MacBooks. So don't try to run one of these on your MacBook or a Chromebook, because I can guarantee you that it won't work. Next thing you're going to need is either Notepad or Notepad++. I prefer Notepad++ because of the reason that if you put the language to batch, and if you type in just pause, you can see it gets highlighted in blue because pause is a recognized batch command. So I could literally do shutdown -A and it would recognize it as a batch command because it is. So that's why I prefer Notepad++ over Notepad, but you can literally copy down the exact same commands that I wrote and it'll work exactly the same, I can guarantee you. So that's all you're going to need for this. Now I'm going to actually get into writing the codes for the actual batch file. So the commands that you're going to need are actually pretty simple. It's not really a long command. It's just got to run off of 4 things, and that's basically it. There's a few extra things you can put in there, such as setting the color or the title. You can do a bunch of different things with it. But the first thing you're going to want to start off with is at echo off. You don't have to do this, but I'm doing this because it actually looks a lot better in my opinion, because then it doesn't show you what directory it's running from before it runs a command. So that's really helpful. The next thing you're going to want to do, and this is optional, you can do title, and then you can just do explorer.exe restart. And then that'll change the title of the command prompt. Then you can do color 0b. What this is going to do, since the command prompt runs on a 16 base code, which is 1 to 0 on the number pad, including all the numbers, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and A, B, C, D, E, F. That's base 16. Runs off of 16 characters, and B is light blue in base 64. So it's going to have a light blue text against a black background, which looks really good. So the next thing is path :C, Windows in all caps, system32. What this does is it ensures that it actually runs the command properly. I actually don't know if this makes a difference on the impact or not, but it seems like it does, so that's why I have it in there. So just to make sure that nothing goes wrong, that's why it's in there. So next thing, /task kill, that's one word, /f/im explorer.exe. What this is going to do is this is actually what kills the program. /f means it forcefully closes it, and /im is just sending a request to it. But the request gets canceled out by /f because I believe it comes first. So then it does that. Also, another thing to note, if you're doing this in the command prompt, never put /t after it. Because if you do /t, it's going to kill Explorer.exe and every child process that's run by it, which is basically every application that you have. So if you do that, it's basically going to brick your computer. Then you have to force or hard shut it down and start it back up to actually fix your problem. So don't put /t after it because it's going to brick your computer. Alright, next thing. Start Explorer.exe. This just starts it back up, so that you aren't stuck on a black screen for all eternity. You can also paste this in twice, so that it opens your desktop and it takes you to your file explorer. I preferably have it in there once, but you guys can do it however you want. I'm doing it twice for the sake of this tutorial. And then the next thing you do is just echo dot, not add echo, but just echo dot that literally does nothing. And then echo, and you can just put in a bunch of lines. Echo, programmed by me. In this case, I'll put Toxinator, and then just, that's it. Delete all of the dashes that come before that because I am weird like that. And now I need to get this. Echo that, and then pause. Null. What this does is it actually doesn't show press any key to continue at the end of the command line. Which means that it doesn't look totally messy. And what this does, since echo dot is here, this runs after everything's done, so it's just by itself. And echo dot, this just doesn't even show up, it just shows up as a space. So that's that. And then the last thing is just exit with 2 parentheses. Now, I'm not sure what the 2 parentheses do, but it doesn't seem like they do anything from what I'm able to figure out. So that's really all you have to do. So now you just have to go to save as. Just gonna name this as, hold on, tutorial.bat. Make sure you put .bat after this because this is actually what's going to allow you to save it as a batch file. So you can save that, do that, and now you should have a fully functioning tutorial.bat on your desktop. Now obviously I can't show you, but according to what I typed, and I believe I actually put the exact same thing in here. Yes I did, except with a few extra echo commands. But, well actually just one extra echo command. But, it's literally the exact same code, and I know that this one works. So that means that all of them should work if you code it the exact way I did in my video. Now, obviously with Notepad++, you can actually edit these by just right-clicking them and opening them. And you can just edit them from here, which is way easier than actually saving a text file and then editing it there, which is what I used to do, because I was never good at this. Until I figured out how to use it one day. So, yeah, that's basically the tutorial on how to make a batch file that restarts your desktop, taskbar, and, a couple other things. So, yeah, not really much else I have to tell you guys, so drop a like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more tutorials and gameplay videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Oh, also, I am going to leave a link in the description to the batch file that I've already made in case you guys want to base your code off of that. There's also a bunch of other processes you can end with it and not just Explorer.exe. For say, if the task manager wasn't working, which would be highly ironic, you could replace Explorer.exe with taskmgr.exe. Say Internet Explorer wasn't working, which is ridiculous, no one uses Internet Explorer, but say it wasn't working, you'd put in iExplorer.exe. If Chrome wasn't working, you would do Chrome.exe and so on. All you have to do is just go into your program files or the Windows directory, look for the app name, and look for the actual base application. Take its name, put it into Notepad++, and then you're set. It'll restart that specific process. So, yeah, that's really all I have to tell you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials and gameplay videos. And I'll see all you guys next time. Take care, everybody.